No.
Oh no, that would be horrible. We just hear a, oh, cop, oh god, what's that sound? And then so all of a sudden, just your feed stops, you disconnect, and we're left like speechless.
Everything just
Guys.
disappears. I drop from the call. My stream ends. Like,
Yay.
We would know what happened. Thank you for informing us.
By the way, hi everyone.
Yeah.
You have no idea how hard it was to not throw out a cuss word in the first few seconds, by the way.
Fuck.
It almost happened.
There it is.
Well, you know what? I tried, okay?
Yeah.
At least I tried. I was conscious about it this time.
I mean, we've been doing this for 4 years, and we've never really been that conscious of it, so who really cares at this point?
Yeah, I'm like 95% of the problem there.
I don't know about that.
Anyway.
I was gonna say,
How many times do I open us with, hey fuckers, what's up?
I'd probably say 50%
twice
of the time.
What, are we going to have like a cursing counter now and just be like,
if you want, I can link all of our stream to an AI and have it do the counting for us.
That could be fun. I might actually get with you later about that kind of a thing if you know a lot about that, because that could be fun.
Do we need a digital swear jar, you guys?
Yes.
Well, I feel like if we had people who donated to us, the digital swear jar could take money away from us.
We
wouldn't have any money.
We'd be paying them to watch our stream.
To be fair, we would suddenly become one of the most watched channels on Twitch.
granted, then we would have money.
Well, because everybody would come to the stream because it's like, go watch this. You have a possibility of winning money. Because I mean, not wrong. Oh, that could be fun actually if we actually had a following. Do something like a swear jar every time a swear comes in. We put like I don't know what the ratio of bits are off the top of my head, but basically the equivalent of $1 in bits. And then at and we keep doing that over and over and over and over until the stream ends. And then at the end of the stream, we basically do a random poll within the viewers, and that person gets whatever's in the jar.
Yeah, if only we actually made money for that.
It'd probably be like a fucking $100 every single time.
Not wrong!
It's really not.
Honestly, it might be more than 50. I'm not going to lie.
Oh god, it'd be so funny.
Like on average, how many times does the audience think we curse every single episode?
No idea. It's probably a lot. Okay, so just for the sake of argument here, 100 bits is $1.40. So every time we curse, we throw in 100 bits. Yeah, we'd probably have like 100 million bits every session or something like that.
Jeez,
that'd be fun. I really like that idea. Maybe one day we'll do something like that. I don't know.
If we had the money.
I'll work something out, I guess.
Hey, if the viewers want to donate to... oh, well.
I mean, I feel like if we do something like that, we'd have to have it so that only people who are subbed qualify, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But this is all another story, because we're here for D&D, guys, and I'm late. I apologize. I am very rarely late. And In fact, in the 4 years that we've been doing this, you can probably count on, one hand the number of times that I have been late to a session. Um, uh, yeah, it's been 5 minutes. Let's do this. Who wants to do the recap? No volunteers.
I love crickets. Let me see if I can give like a general overview of what we did on the last session. Asa came back to us after her drinking. We decided we did some deliberation about whether or not we want to leave for the Lapita or stay behind on Valinar's island, and we ended up deciding to just leave to the Lapita and go deal with the things back at Colophon. We arrived at Colophon, and we've just departed from the Lapita, and entered the surface town. We haven't even gone down into the town proper, and Asta. So a few minor things happened, and Deanoch noticed that Asta she was missing her usual bow, and so we had a little bit of a test to see if it's crap or not, and it turns out it's crap.
It's got a pretty nifty feature though. If you remember,
It's got
what
a
it is.
cool feature.
If you remember,
if it can be,
if you remember the
yes.
if you remember the details, I'll give you an extra goodie.
Oh, I remember the details. It is a dwarven longbow, and it effectively ignores armor class bonuses or for light armor and gives an additional bonus to hitting heavy armor.
You remember what that bonus was to hitting a heavy armor?
I believe you said +2.
Okay.
I could also be wrong, but that's not what I remember off the top of my head. And so we were getting prepared to go down into the actual Colophon outpost. Also, we haven't heard from Paphos, our dragon friend that we sent ahead of us.
Yep. Yep. Awesome. Hold on. How do you guys lose a dragon, by the way? Like, come on.
He wasn't exactly well guided to begin with, which I guess is partially our fault.
To be fair, you guys basically hired a teenager to to come along with you.
And then we didn't keep an eye on him.
The idea was to send him to the Illithids so that we fulfill our end of the deal, technically speaking.
Yep.
They didn't specify what kind of dragon. They just said, "Bring me a dragon."
True.
It's like, all right, here's your teenage punk.
This is true. All right.
I always envisioned he looked like the big brother from Dinosaurs.
Now, why am I thinking like that really, really small dragon from How to Train Your Dragon?
No.
Yes.
What really small dragon? They're all pretty large.
No, like it's that last one in the training pit. The terror, terror dragon or something.
Okay.
What is it called?
Yeah. No,
so
that's.
Do I earn my whatever you said the second bonus was going to be for recalling your dwarven longbow?
You get the point of inspiration. If you already have it, add it to the party pool.
All right, done.
Excuse me. And yes, you do earn the little goodie. So let's see. I'm gonna say tonight, let's do. Let's say pick a saving throw, and for tonight you're proficient in.
Wisdom. Wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
Wisdom.
So remember, one that you're not already proficient in. I don't believe you already are, but yeah. So.
I am not.
Okay. Cool.
No, become double proficient in something.
In a saving throw, that'd be dope. It's not allowed
That'd be
based off
fantastic.
rules, but Okay. Anything else I was gonna say? Oh, the only thing I was gonna say about the bow, and this is simply just for clarification purposes because I just remembered this myself. Um, the wording should probably be more accurately be it ignores the dex bonus offered to armors because there are some medium armors that allow you to add your dexterity to your armor class as well. But that's all I'm really saying. Also, it seems like I'm echoing through Archer.
Blind. Yeah, blind archer. Archer!
Ah.
You're
Present.
You're
She
echoing.
just pops up like a groundhog.
yeah, your microphone's popping on and off. So, but so it sounds better
The
now.
voltage off. Sorry, is it better now? Okay, cool, good.
I believe so. Yes. So okay, cool. Yeah. So you guys begin heading towards the entrance to the colophon entrance. Is there anything that you guys wish to do or say along your short journey over there?
When Asta's
Asta wants a new bow.
Too bad.
When Asta has
It-
her back turned, D is going to sigh into the back of her head. You idiot! Why would you trade a good weapon for crap?
I was drunk!
You can't hear her because she's speaking with hands.
Well, maybe Asta's like a mother who has eyes in the back of her head.
Doesn't mean you know what she's saying.
As soon as we leave the Laputa ahead there, I don't think we've told D yet, so Valinar's going to turn around and tell D, don't touch anything, even the plants, they will try to kill you. And then purposely turn around and keep going before D can respond.
D doesn't respond. You just get a kind of a look of intrigue on her face before you turn around.
Onward to Colophon.
I'm assuming we're walking to the entrance here. I mean, I can't lead the way, so
Okay.
I don't know where we're going.
Okay.
We're off to see the wizard.
He's right here.
You guys arrive at a mountain wall face, and D, you watch as who would be leading the group?
Not I.
I'm assuming it's either Valinar or Dinoc.
Yeah, probably Denock.
Okay. So you watch as Dinoc takes a like a high step, like he's stepping over like the height of a hurdle, and crouches kind of low, and you watch as he just slides through the mountain. Oh, yet
no.
also yet you would know this as well. Because you guys would have never seen this before.
What kind of check would I have to do to see if it's an illusion?
Uh,
I mean, I literally just went through.
mm-hmm. So
That doesn't mean it's like, it could be an illusion, or it could be maybe you need to have a special item on your person to be able to walk through a solid wall. I don't know.
So technically, there are two ways to distinguish whether or not something is an illusion. And that the way that you do that is you either A, touch it, or B, make a investigation check. Investigation or perception. Sorry.
Which would technically involve touching it anyways, but sure, perception. 29.
Yeah, that's high enough. Yeah, it's an illusion.
Interesting.
You see
Okay.
Deanock's hand come back out and just give you the "come on, guys."
But
Hand wave.
I will also say one of the things that you notice is that the illusion covers a very small space. It only covers about a 3 foot by 3 foot section of the mountain right here. And that seems to be all that it covers, roughly.
Okay. But now that I've done a nice, thorough, good look at it, I could kind of tell the dimensions and should have no trouble not bonking my head.
Sure.
So I'll step through.
Okay. It's a little awkward just because you're not sure what you're stepping into, or where things are at. But as you move and figure it out, you manage to get through relatively easily. The rest of you follow suit, and the guards that are stationed just shortly after you guys enter acknowledge at least the three of your presences between Valinar, Deanoch, and Asta, and give the other two additions to your group a curious glance. But knowing that they're with you, most suspicion is subsided.
Oh, good. They're not suspicious. Perfect time to go on a killing spree. I'm kidding.
Asta's game.
Brilliant.
Great, you've activated the murder
D might
hobo.
sarcastically sign that out, but they
I mean-
kind of smile because nobody understands me anyway.
I mean, it's D&D. If you guys want to start murdering the people in this town, that's fine. We can roll initiative.
Nah. I have no reason to put myself in that kind of danger.
Who needs a reason?
Especially whenever you've got people like Deanoch who are invested in this place's safety.
Yes.
Safety schmafety.
Safe havens are difficult enough to find. Let's not bring danger to the safe haven on
Some of
purpose.
us like danger.
Of course, if we don't finish, I as a player know that if we don't finish our business here quick enough, we will have brought danger to the outpost.
Yeah.
Speaking of danger to the outpost, a new modification to the outpost that you guys see are about 6 of these massive tower-like structures that reach in kind of towards the middle of the city, or kind of in the middle of the city, kind of spread out a little bit from each other, rising maybe 120 feet or more in the air. And you see kind of perched on like outcroppings on different sides of these towers. You can see that they appear to be like hollow on the inside, where people could go in and climb up and exit out onto these outcroppings. And on these outcroppings, you can see that there's a platform there, large enough for probably a few individuals to stand. And on each of the outcroppings, you can see, each of them are mounted with these massive ballistas. all of them are pointing towards the entrance of the caves that you guys are familiar with, or 3 of you are familiar with.
Ah, fantastic.
It seems
Point
that they
where
have
we need to go.
increased their defense slash offensive powers since the last invasion.
D is going to ask Denoch, why anybody would build a city underground like this?
To hide from the demons. Demons usually have some sort of reconnaissance that searches for civilizations of 100 or more on the surface. But if they don't see you, they don't know you have 100.
Okay. Makes sense, I guess. What do you mean by reconnaissance?
Reconnaissance. Demons who are out and about and looking for targets for the demon swarms to attack.
Reconnaissance. Hey, I spelled it right. That's a hard word to type.
Thank God for speech to text.
Yeah, well, that only works if I'm talking into the mic, not everybody else.
Everyone talks all at once. It'll be fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
That open. Interesting.
Is anyone coming out to greet us?
It
Do
doesn't.
we think we deserve a welcoming party?
It doesn't appear so. At least not at this time.
Is there anyone on the watchtower?
You see a few people kind of at the top, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like keeping an eye out, but they're mostly looking in the direction of the mines. And remember, the space is absolutely massive. I mean, the closest watchtower is probably 200 or 300 feet away from you.
Enoch, you seem awfully interested in these watchtowers. Is there something going on here?
Well, those are new.
New, as in since the last time you came here.
Yes.
You made it sound like
But-
it's only been, what, a few weeks since the last time you were here? Certainly didn't build this that quickly.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what people can build in an emergency.
Trying to recall if D has been apprised of the Illithid situation.
We've said sorry, excuse me, that was a yawn and a half.
I heard.
We basically told her mind controlling squid faces.
Okay. That might explain the towers then. Must be pretty dangerous if they've got such weapons trained on. I'm guessing that's where we're going to find them.
The
Down that. Oh,
entrance to the caves is further in, so I'm not too sure. What exactly is with the towers facing outward? And not further into the mine. Well, I suppose we just need to find out.
Yep.
Dino's gonna swing us towards one of the outposts. And as he's arriving, can I make an investigation check or perception to see if if these guys look, mind controlled, like drooling a little bit, empty gaze or stuff like that?
Sure.
mind control. Mind control.
How about an 18?
Not bad. They do not appear to be mind controlled at a quick glance.
Ow.
At a quick glance.
We've sold.
All right. Real quick above game. Note taker.
Yeah.
What is the name of the leader of the outpost? Because I cannot remember for the life of me.
Let me see here.
Pretty sure it's Thurgoal.
That does sound familiar.
Yep.
Let's see, we would have. Perfect. Dargwall, yep.
Can you type it into the chat? So
Yep, I will copy and paste. Bloop. I said paste. Furthermore, I found the screenshot where I got the double nat 20s on intelligence save. I forgot I posted that in there.
You need to keep a documented history of something that'll never happen again.
Exactly. It's like Katya with a double nat 20? Never.
On intelligence?
Well, intelligence was something she was fairly decent at. It's just I think
Wow.
she had no chances of success because it was at disadvantage and a pretty high check.
Right. I'm pretty sure I was thinking of wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom would have been the more incredible one. One.
goodness.
Oops.
All right.
Okay, so we're looking for the Thargwall guy, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it's easy enough to find him. You know where his office is.
Assuming he's in.
This is true.
So Dinok will lead the way there.
Okay. you go to his office and knock on his door. It takes a moment, but he eventually kind of speaks up and kind of,
Oh, nice knock.
I got a wooden desk. Use it.
I heard it.
Enoch will open the door.
and he kind of as you step in, he kind of turns and looks and sees you guys, and he kind of goes, "Huh. I wasn't sure if you guys were ever coming back."
Well, one of our old crew is in danger, so
He kind of nods knowingly and understandingly.
we have a little bit more incentive than just the normal of innocence and danger.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Did the reinforcement we send come in? A brash young man who may have had leathery wings.
Yeah.
Please tell me he didn't go into the caves.
He arrived. Uh, he thinks for a moment. Oh my god. About 3 days ago. Right?
You make good time.
Was that the evening there? Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, about 4 days ago.
About the time that we previously fought Aaron.
And he was here and for a while, and then he got bored, or at least that's what he was saying, and wandered down the tunnel. That was about 2 days ago.
Fucking damn it.
Of course.
We tried to stop him, but really wasn't an option.
Yes, I don't blame you. Fucking teenagers.
Well, should we go
Well,
after him? Because I did
there's
try
no
to
time like the
contact him and he
present.
never responded.
What was that, Rona?
Well, as a player, I have to ask the question, dude, was it ever specified that the dragon we bring back had to be alive?
I feel like the answer was no. No, it didn't have to be alive. Not no, it wasn't specified. Because I thought we asked about that.
You did.
Let me find out
Ray.
more.
The question is if he's still alive.
I guess this is a double rescue mission then. Fucking wonderful. Well, has
Living
there
or
been
dead?
any...
The Elder would like to trade the gift of power in exchange for a dragon, living or dead. There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay. Good, as long as he gets his damn dragon. Fortunately, it's not an overly powerful one, so I didn't specify that it had to be a very powerful one either. So technically speaking, I guess that means mission accomplished if the Elith has found him.
I mean,
But
even
party
a
has to
brand,
figure this out.
even a brand new dragon, or excuse me, another dragon born would have done the trick.
Suffice. Yeah. It's like, hey, D-Knock. No kidding.
You guys thought about it
I
for a
mean-
minute, remember?
Ooh, yeah.
You know, did you have any family members you don't like?
Several.
Damn, we should have started there.
But at that point in time, we had already done my arc.
But I think going and fighting in the dragon tournament and getting really cool stuff out of it was a nice little subplot. So
You're welcome.
I'll fucking do it again. Okay, anyways.
Okay, let's go fight the gauntlet again.
Alright, so as Dee was saying, she says there's no time like the present. Her way of saying may as well go into the mines and take a look around while we're fresh.
The children yearn for the mines.
Yeah.
There it is. Damn it. So, is there any news from down the tunnels other than an idiot going in?
Not since the day that they arrived, they came here.
Right. Well, suppose we better go find it.
Well, if you guys are gonna head off immediately, best of luck to you. Don't know what you'll find down there, but may the gods watch over you. You
Dinock
guys-
will just nod and leave and be like, well, let's go. When we are out the door, Dinock will turn to Valinar and be like, well, we already know of one god who is for sure watching us. Got us.
Yeah, here's. Although, hopefully they can see down here, because they couldn't really see on your island that one time.
Well, that was because of another deity's interference, remember?
Yes. And who's to say there's not another one interfering here?
Ball.
Or that they don't have some sort of bizarre technology. Since, weren't these the guys that were at war with the Strega?
Who?
The Empire that Valinar's previous life fought for.
Excuse me, you want to run that by me again?
Is this you, the player, or you, the character?
This is me, the player.
This
I'm
is
talking
D.
to... Okay.
I remember, but this is all brand new to D. It's like you're throwing foreign terms out there.
Yeah, no, sorry, that was me, the player, asking if the Illithid were the ones that were fighting the Strega.
Oh,
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, okay. So yeah, Vanar would then mention that unless they may have a technology, considering they fought in the stars.
All right. Can I have Tim?
Yes, I forgot about him. Sorry. Here's Sam. Like, I
Oh,
feel like
hey.
I'm missing somebody, but
There are mines here. Neat. Hey, look, they're not lost anymore.
Ha!
take away that proficiency. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah, you make me
kidding.
roll for it. Hey, I remember that spot. That's a big open space.
So I'm not really, darkening the map because you guys have already been through here. I just mainly pulled it up in case you guys wanted to stop and investigate any of the areas again before heading through.
What is this? Right here.
Well, hold on.
That right there. Oh, I like the new ping.
Okay, hold on.
Gives me two rings.
Ping again?
Ping.
Nope, not seeing it.
In the water.
Ping.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's water.
Okay, just making sure. Nothing special about it.
I couldn't see it. It was blending in.
And this up here is just a giant hole.
Yep.
Okay.
In my notes, it's written down as trash pit.
Ah, sweet. I guess I'll hop in then. I remember this space here.
You don't even need to roll a self check. You blend in perfectly.
Fantastic. I remember this space here because this is where we found those drow. And
I'll
then this is the
zoom
this is
out
where we're
on
going.
zoom out so others can see. This was a big map.
Indeed. And this is where Katya almost died.
Yeah, this big black hole right here is let me make sure that there it is. This big black hole right here is connected to a wall. Basically, I'll try to zoom way in. You can see the wall right here, and it's connected to the basically a alien civilization is what the party found out. So, yeah. But along the way, is there anything that you guys would like to investigate, discover, or do, or?
I'm following wherever the party leads me at this point. Because I don't know anything about this place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's playing with the effects?
That was not me. This time.
Nope.
That one came from Asta.
That was totally me.
So.
Rip, you may have to disable those.
Because they're in Discord, I don't know if I can. Oh wait, you mean the ones that? Sorry, I heard effects, and I thought soundboard effects. You're talking about in here.
Yeah. Somebody found the effects button.
Can I turn them off? I don't remember.
Oh, come on. Don't ruin my fun.
It keeps her engaged.
Be respectful, then. That's all I'm gonna say. What was I gonna say? Along the way, does anybody want to stop and look at anything in this tunnel, or no?
Just looking for traces of the boy.
Okay.
A lost teenager.
How about this bloody spot over here?
I think that's where someone almost died.
Probably one of the guys that the party originally came in here looking for.
Yep,
Yeah, probably.
that's where one of the dwarves got smushed.
Yeah.
Push.
Oh yeah, he was smushied.
He was
much you
never
want-
the same again.
How much you want to bet Paphos came in here, got lost, and died of hunger? Or something silly like that.
Well, then we'll have a body to give to.
Rude. Accurate, but rude.
I mean, as long as he's in one piece, technically speaking, then yeah, that'll work.
Any signs of a bored teenager? Here?
Make a investigation or perception check. Zoom in to where you guys
Can
are.
I assist
Can any
with
of
that?
us make that one?
Oh, okay. Then
12.
perception.
13.
23. I tried calling out his name as it was told to me, but I don't think that would help here.
Your scream falls on deaf ears as your voiceless yell does
Thank
nothing.
you.
You're welcome.
You just hear this coming from her. It just sounds like the wind.
It sounds like one of those breezy farts. Just a
Yeah.
Every one of you would notice that there are some semi-heavy, more dragonborn-ish, like prints in the in the ground, kind of walking through. Basically, if Denock weighed like another 250 pounds, it would look like his like claws in the dirt, basically.
Tracks. We
Mhm.
should follow this.
And he and you would see that they tend to continue to go in the way of the
Oh, we found tracks.
near the tracks.
Hot damn. Okay, I see tracks and tracks.
Oh. Not very subtle. Follow the tracks.
So yeah. I'll point them out to Denock and he can follow them. If at any point he loses them, I'll pick up the trail.
You guys in
Is
the
Smoosh
back are-
Boy still there?
Ooh. Oh. Hey, don't stay
Huh.
home.
They never came back to pick him up. Interesting. Track still going?
Yep.
Go down the tunnel to the next intersection. Do the tracks go left or right?
Yes.
The boy.
Yes.
They
Make a nature check for me. Get that mage hand out of here.
Hey, that was to Rona.
Oh, I thought that just went up. I'm so sorry.
19.
Based off of the tract, he's literally following the tract. He is quite literally following the tract until there's a dead end, and then he
Turning
turns
around.
around and goes the
back.
other way. So in this room,
Oh God!
you would see that he went this way, and then turned around and went this way.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
If he followed the tracks and came to a dead end, it only makes sense that he'd turn around and go the opposite direction.
Yep.
I don't want to rotate myself, damn it. Stop. Ack.
Please tell me he did not go this way.
He did.
He probably. Of course.
Are there tracks returning
Yes.
from that direction? Okay, thank God.
That'd be funny.
is there only one set of tracks going this way?
Yes.
That would suggest he only went that direction. Ah, now we're catching on.
Oh, what just happened?
You folded the other three.
That I did. Not intentionally, but I did.
Okay. Are there a set of tracks going this way? Or are there more than one set?
In this room, there are quite a few sets of tracks, but if you remember the last time you came through here, you had a pretty rough encounter with several entities.
Are Parthos' tracks here?
Yes, but again, only one set.
Thank you. Since we're not fighting and we have a general idea of where we're going, this probably doesn't take that long.
No.
Still,
the
an
only
hour
thing,
or two, right?
a little more than that, because each of these long segments of tracks, because if I made them to scale, the map would be infinitesimal, basically. But basically, by the time you guys get to this room here, where you guys currently are, about 3 hours have passed, and that's simply just straight from walking.
Damn.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah, he died of hunger in here.
so like this area, and this one way back here, all of them, that opening, or that trail is about an hour's walk.
Which is greatly condensed so we can fit everything on the screen.
Yes.
So it's not 60 feet, it's 60 miles. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, an average person can walk a mile and call it
That's why
15
That's why
minutes.
they had minecart tracks.
Yeah, exactly. But an average person probably can easily walk a mile in about 15 minutes, I would assume. I assume, for the most part.
Well, we are also slightly slowed down by the fact that Asta is not a normal human and technically does walk slower than the rest of us.
I believe she is as fast as everybody
Listen.
else.
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Yep, I'm pretty sure her movement speed is
Rude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's probably one of the fastest dwarves you've ever seen, but
Dwarves are typically have a slower speed than your common person. I'm
Yes.
having to go slower than
As
everybody.
if you could outrun me.
because
but
my actual speed is 40 feet.
But no, so because of her ranger class, she actually has an ability that gives her an additional 5 feet of movement.
Okay.
So,
I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm facts as is.
yep. So I mean, so basically each of those tunnels are probably about 4 miles.
Makes sense.
So,
So you got 3 miles. I mean, 3 hours. Makes for a nice, interesting walk. Hey, let's wander around some tunnels that all kind of look the same, following tracks.
Anyway.
Dirt for hours.
And where we don't run into anything evil.
Who says you haven't already?
Oh, we've definitely already run into evil things.
Well, it would be very unfortunate if Aaron showed up right now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, please, no! I'm sorry! For us to not encounter her?
We walk
If
into
she
a
shows
very-
up, I am shoving D in front and running.
We get to the city and we're greeted by Aaron and the chief illithid.
she ain't that friendly with everyone. I will say, as you guys get to here, Denoc, you notice something a little. You notice that Paphos's steps, seem to alter. Like they're more confident.
Oh boy.
He's getting cocky.
And I'm gonna draw you the path that you would follow for the next bit, because it is only the set of tracks, and it's very much, it doesn't veer or anything as he walks from here.
So he's no longer exploring.
Like he's
every-
following someone. He was
Roughly what time of
like he was
day is
following
it?
look for.
I'm guessing like about 3 or 4.
Hold on, doing mental math. I would probably say 2 or 3 rather than 3 or 4.
Break for a quick lunch.
Sounds like a good idea.
Right.
I guess I should change music too, 'cause you guys are nowhere near the city anymore.
Asta! Okay, start taking suffocation damage.
So is this hole here in the wall supposed to be there, or?
Yeah, that was a cave-in.
Oh, okay.
Is it still a cave-in?
Yes.
Imagination.
Hmm.
Ooh, this is some creepy cave music. I like your rocks. That works for me. That's fantastic. Perfect. Actually, it does look like it belongs there.
It looks like one of those like Looney Tune rock piles.
Nothing
Yeah, there's
suspicious
some
about
really-
this wall at all.
There's some really weird rocks there. We should check it out.
Somebody should play a bomb there.
It's like in the early 2000 animations where you can see the pixelation difference when something is about to like break or move away or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's like, huh, that looks suspicious. I feel like that's about to. Oh, yep. It was part of the scenery. It was part of the scenery that was about to move.
All right.
Everybody's yawning tonight.
I haven't managed it yet,
Yawn.
that I know of.
I haven't slept well in a couple of days.
Yeah, no fair.
So, you guys break for lunch and have something to eat. Is there anything that you guys would like to do while you eat? Or are you guys gonna sit and eat in silence?
I mean, that's what I'm
the-
good at.
Dino's going to give a brief overview, 2D, over everything that they've been through in this cave.
Thank you. Because I was about to say, I would like to know more about what to expect in the coming few hours.
He's also going to ask D to keep an eye out both forward and back, just to make sure. Because it seems like D has some of the best perception, even in this low, dark area.
23. Keep an eye out.
Okay. Well, for this, I'll use your passive, which could you let me know what that is? I believe it's 22.
22. About the same.
Okay. 22 passive. And do you have dark vision?
120 feet.
Okay.
So that's...
It's plenty. I don't really need to measure.
Yeah. Pretty much I could see everything from this cave right where we're at.
Okay. Yeah. I will say, was it 20? You guys spend some time eating, and as you guys begin wrapping up, D,
Why are you wrapping me up? Sorry.
Your Christmas present.
Aw, thank you.
you
Okay,
guys,
let's
you would, the hairs on the back of your neck begin to stand up as if something is watching you. You look around. You see the party.
What's that? I'm gonna look a little harder than that. Or not.
You see Tim behind you.
Yeah, but Tim's been around before, and he hasn't caused this kind of reaction to me. So I still feel like something's off, even if I can't directly see it.
Yep. Currently, you don't see anything.
We're hearing something from your end, Rip.
Yeah, it's my vacuum cleaner. It's going off and running over probably an event.
Jeez.
It's kind of a stupid robot vacuum. It's not very intelligent.
So, like, all robot vacuums right now.
Sure.
So, unless D wants to report this feeling or wants to investigate it,
I was looking to see if there's anything that I could have that I do have that would help with this. It would appear not. So, I will speak. Well, I will sign to Denock that something feels wrong to help me keep an eye out, like something's watching us.
in which case... One second, I need to get the thing.
Just out of curiosity, since we are in a cave, is it even bright enough to see the signing?
People with dark vision can see it.
Oh, fine.
Pretty sure everybody in the party has dark vision in some capacity.
If you
Yeah.
didn't, I could always use prestidigitation to make some small glowing letters for y'all to see.
So both Denock and Tim are going to make separate perception check. Denock is going to try to stealth it. To, try and be sneak,
You want to look like you're not looking for something.
exactly. And it's going to be hilarious if I roll low, and we're going to have that gif where, the three people will spin around with their, hand on their forehead as if they're looking like. 12.
Okay.
For a... a 3.
Big perception. You see, well, we're in a cave.
Which is why I said Tim's making his own. Because he's going to the ethereal plane, where he is technically invisible to those, save for those who can see onto the ethereal plane. But he can see our plane from there.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be surprising if he goes to the ethereal plane and he sees something in the ethereal plane?
I mean, if he sees something...
Oof,
25 or 25.
Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything.
It's probably using invisibility if it is. Above game thought. That's not a Dino thought, that's a ROM thought.
Okay.
Just double checking, but you did tell everyone about that feeling, right?
Yes.
Eh,
Well, I told it to Denock. It's up to him to relay the message.
okay.
Dino will... look to you, Valinar, and just kind of point to his head. Hoping that you pick up the hint to mentally connect.
Valnar mentally connected Enoch. What's up?
Dee believes there is something around, but neither she nor Tim noticed anything. I wouldn't put it past someone to actually still be able to sneak around us. I don't know how hard she looked, and I don't know if they can just simply be invisible to Tim.
Let's give this a shot. And Valnar will cast See Invisibility and look around with his 300-foot dark vision.
Yep, it doesn't.
By the way, Tim hasn't come back out, so you see Tim, and he just kind of waves at you.
Valnar waves back.
Yeah. Yeah, give me 1 second here, actually.
Do you need me to roll perception or?
No, your passive perception's fine.
Okay.
Because... yeah, so, standing... oops. Right up... oops.
Whoa!
Invisible rocks!
Jeez, I forgot to change my selection thing that I was on. My apologies.
Oh, God, you killed me.
Standing about... well, technically, floating about here is an illithid.
Oh!
Invisible.
Oh no.
Cool.
You are the only one that sees him. And the reason why your passive is plenty is because he is invisible and not walking, so he does not need to make a stealth check, because you cannot hear him.
Okay.
He's making no noise.
That's true. He's floating. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that's one loophole in your massive your massive perception stuff.
Like, you can't see what you can't see. You can't hear if there's no sound.
I think I do know this spell, don't I? So
And I can speak no evil either. So therefore, I've got the whole Trinity.
And still in the mind link with Denock, Valinar goes, yeah, there's an invisible illithid standing by the way forward.
Is it the one that we met on our way in last time?
I don't know.
How would you know?
DM, do I recognize this illithid?
Most of them are identical. Make a. You know what? Well, let's see. Let's leave it to fate. Make a history check.
Let me just make sure that it allows me to actually see stuff like that, and it doesn't give me like obscured things. Okay, no, we're good.
It's visible.
24.
Nice.
You needed a 20.
Okay.
Nice.
It does appear to be the name of the individual that you would have remembered from last
Kex.
time, Kex.
Kex. Yeah.
It does
Yeah, Vaughn,
appear
I'll
to
go
be
you-
him.
Okay. Valor does go, it appears to be Kex.
That, or is it XEX?
Keks. That one. Kex.
Geeks.
I'm sure you
Silly
have-
rabbit tricks are for kids.
Does he look hostile? Gesundheit.
Salute.
Damn it, I wasn't fast enough.
I love how I heard the sneeze and then the sound of like rubble falling in the case.
So, DM, does he look hostile to me?
Sorry, my brain just had a funny as the
Oh.
sneeze happens and the rubble over here rolls away, a purple worm pops through and Keck goes attack. No, I'm kidding. But no, he does not look hostile.
Jesus, that'd be
Okay.
horrible.
It'd be funny.
Maybe he's not hostile because he doesn't realize he can be seen.
He does not appear to be hostile. He appears to just be observing for the time being.
Like,
Okay.
Oh, these fools again.
So Valor will relay that to Denock.
Isn't this kind of where we met him last time anyway?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I think we were actually in the third.
Oh, maybe the
I
bigger
would-
area.
Yeah, we were down
Just
in the bigger
beyond.
area.
I'm sorry, why did Asta go all the way over there?
She's a dork.
Okay.
Bring her back, please.
Maybe while Kex is probably watching.
If that's
Like,
where she wanted to have her lunch, that's fine.
Kex is just watching her walk by, like whatever. That means he could have murdered her, so he's definitely not hostile. Good.
That's what you want to believe, yeah, sure. Denock will get up and turning to both D and Yet say, no hostile movements, please. Kex.
Valinar, you would watch as he flinches, basically.
Denock will turn to look right at him and be like,
Valor
Where-
quickly stage with where did Denock other side of that?
ah,
He stands, looks over here, and Denock's like, no, and turns his head, and his head turns over here.
would you please... Would you please turn yourself visible so we can speak to you face to face?
Make a persuasion check.
I do believe...
These incredible.
Yeah, that is
confusing
flat.
moments.
11.
Okay. You just caught him a little off guard, so it wasn't a very high DC. But he kind of shifts a little bit, and he does drop the invisibility. D, and yet, probably for the first time, you guys see a mind flare. I'm gonna make it a little bigger so that people can see it.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
He did not grow larger. That is just for
I know,
visual.
I
Yes,
know.
just for visualization purposes, so that you guys can see it, and so that stream can see it. But
Dee immediately prepares to defend herself because this fits the description of what Deanoch has previously given about the creatures we are expecting to be hostile towards us.
yep,
Well, that's an ugly motherfucker.
yet you hear in your brain, the same could be said about you.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
Acceptance is the first step.
Exactly. Those of us who have already accepted. I don't know where I'm going with this.
those of us who have already
On
accepted that we're
brand.
ugly motherfuckers. Okay.
What do you do?
While Dee
I-
is prepared for combat, she is also a little confused as to why nobody else seems panicked.
Valinar will once again attempt to mind link because he's trying to stay quiet to D and go. He's kind of friendly.
Dee's posture relaxes a little bit and she just nods at you.
Can you mind link with someone who's deaf?
He's mute,
She's not
not deaf.
Oh. I thought this whole time that you were deaf.
No, that's
The funny part though is just because he can mind link with Dee doesn't mean she can actually speak to him.
Yeah. Valinar's still extremely confused about that.
There's reasons.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said they were good reasons, but there's reasons.
well, Kex. Did our part of the agreement come through? A arrogant brat of a teenager?
So like him, but younger.
Yes. A red one appeared a few days ago, and I showed him the way.
This is the way.
One way?
You're
Or another.
although the one who made the deal is not with us right now, we are here to make sure that everything is... that all I's are dotted and T's are crossed. And I'm rolling deception for that one. Nat 20!
Oh,
So you've come to collect your ally. Right, because that's the reason why you guys even came back.
Yeah. Because we want to get
not to mention the
Arden
fact
and
that-
his brother out.
Yep.
And the other end of the deal was that, the threat was that if we didn't fulfill our part of the bargain, they were also going to go and take the Colophon outpost, which would suggest that since the deal is done, they should not do an invasion.
But I trust them about as much as Katya could throw yet. Without polymorph.
Ah, damn, that's almost impressive.
Which is why I'm rolling deception there. Because the real goal is to help Parthenos out and, well,
Was it
part of the thing.
Parthax? Fuck. Parth.
Parthos?
Like,
Parthenax?
Oh my gosh.
It's not coming
that's where my brain kept going. I was like, that's not right. But that's what came out.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know if I remember his name. You're talking about the dragon guy that Linta's Paphos, right?
look. It begins with a PA. My brain just goes to one name.
Oh, Paphos.
Look, I'm horrible with names, even outside of D&D. Cut me some slack. Yeah. Our main goal is to A, get Cardin and his brother out, and B, get Pathos to help us bring an end to the Illithid threat. Because Deanoch does not believe that they won't attack the outpost. I mean, like, there would have to be very specific circumstances where he would believe them, and I don't think that's going to happen. These guys don't seem like the type to submit to a goddess and swear fealty. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. I heard the part about they don't seem the type to pledge allegiance to any kind of god.
I'm specifically talking about Scientia, thereby becoming allies.
Oh yeah, the Illithids becoming allies. As a player, I believe that'll never happen. Especially since they have the power to manipulate demons psychically just the same as anyone else. I also happen to know that if they have an elder brain, then these guys aren't thinking for themselves anyway. But that's above game knowledge that doesn't apply here.
So yes, Deanoch lied to try and be in their good graces until we can spring our friend. All of our friends.
Okay.
So what is Kek's reaction?
I mean, from your natural 20 of a deception, he doesn't seem to, you know, react negatively. His only response was, "Oh, you're here to collect your friends," basically.
Yes.
So he kind of is like, well, excuse me, I got something stuck in my throat. If you'd like, I can lead you to where they are staying.
That would be appreciated.
Okay. And he would do so. He would turn around and he would.
Yeah, I'll follow from the rear and make sure nothing tries to follow us. Just like Denock asked.
And also, just so everyone is aware, I do have sea invisibility for the next hour. Just because that's how long it lasts.
Oh, nice.
Yep. As you guys follow, Valinar.
Yeah.
You would see another one here, down the tunnel from where Asta is.
Great. As we're going, Valna is just going to keep passing information on illithids he sees.
Illithid spotted.
Does-
Illithid spotted. Illithid spotted.
Does anyone collect Asta?
Did she even tell us where she was going this time?
I would imagine she would have.
Hey, I'm gonna go eat in the abandoned cave by myself. Bye.
Hey, Asta, come back.
Can I even hear you from that far away?
I mean, if they come,
I cup
if
my
they,
hands and it's a cave.
if they come up into this room, that they could hear you.
Just walk right up next to the invisible Illithid, starts screaming. Like, ow, my ears.
There you go. Back home where you belong.
Toll has been collected. Let's go.
And you guys go
Party eat.
away.
There we go.
No way.
That'll teach you Asta.
Um. Trying to keep up on stuff.
Me too. This is pretty hard. Oh yeah. We're near that place of power again. Which I don't know. I know Katya was able to feel that and benefit from it, but what about somebody who's never been near a place like this before? Would they notice it?
Not necessarily, because the effects are a passive.
Okay.
Because as you guys enter into the Mind Flare colony, the place of power is um, the place of power does kind of take effect on the individuals um, as you walk in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically those are simple bonuses to spell effects.
Yep. I had it written down on Katya's sheet, so I made sure to copy it over to this new character so that I don't lose it.
Okay, do me a favor and read it off for me, just so that I can make sure that I have things as well, the same thing as well, because it's been a
Okay.
while.
Well, the last thing I heard was, while you are in a place of power, magic is amplified for all creatures. All attack spells add an additional die as though they're being upcast by a level, and all support spells are increased by one die size. For example, D4 becomes a D6. You also get a +1 to your spell save DC.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Do. Oh, there's my odd.
Sorry, the
Finally caught
vacuum's
up.
back over me again, so I'm toggle muting. Um,
Damn vacuum, leave us alone.
give me a minute. I'll send it to its dock.
Definitely not a smart robot. I think my grandmother had one that it tried to locate his dock but kept running into stuff on the way, so it eventually got frustrated and just shut down in the middle of the floor and said, "Forget it." And I'm like, definitely takes after my grandma. You know what? I can't figure it out, so forget it. It's not worth it.
Bunny! Okay. What was that? That's hmm.
Interesting sensation. I'm listening to this cave. I could hear like the slight, ever so faint sound of like fire burning, like a torch.
Cool.
It's kind of neat.
I have
Anyway.
official artwork for or art stuff for.
We did have art at one point for the Illithid City.
Not what I was thinking of.
Oh. I forgot about the speaker with the top hat. I love it.
Gosh.
Give me I have to pull something up. So the Kex leads you guys through the Elder Brain city. Again, it's hot due to the magma flow, and you guys see a lot of the spawn that you guys have had, that you guys have had faced off against, as well as additional illithids. As you guys walk up to the cathedral-like building. And he'll lead you up to a familiar floor. Where you guys are reunited, let's say, with the speaker, which is the elder which is a brain in a top hat. Well, not a brain, sorry. Oh my gosh, a beholder. My brain is fried, okay? I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I was sick yesterday.
You said you
No,
haven't
you
slept
didn't
well.
say it.
You said you haven't slept well.
I literally threw up and then basically slept all day yesterday and then got 3 hours of sleep last night.
Probably all the fumes.
Shut the hell up.
I'm being serious.
I know.
Oh, okay, I thought it was a joke.
I know. I know. I'm just joshing you around. Hold on. I'll change maps in a minute. Minute? A minute.
In a mimic. Change it in a mimic, please.
Oh my god! Somebody put that in the quotes. Jesus.
Mimic.
In a mimic. That's funny. Oh my gosh.
Do we need to end early for your sake?
No. I'm just changing a couple of things.
He's adding mimics now because we bullied him.
No. No. Maybe.
No, it's just one really big mimic that is the map.
I did that once.
Map mimics. Oh no.
I did no. I put my players inside of a house, and they were all mimics. Everything inside the house basically was a mimic, and then the house itself was a mimic.
That sounds
I hear you
similar
like
to,
mimic.
Bonehead's campaign.
What?
Bonehead's campaign. You know who Bonehead is.
I'm aware. Denoc, is Tim still ethereal?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still gonna put him on the token layer. But I'm
D's
gonna give him
description of this creature. There's a floating thing with one main eye, a rotund body, several tentacle-like appendages tipped with more eyes. He's wearing a top hat for some reason? Like, she has a description, but she doesn't have a name or context.
Good for her. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm bringing characters onto the map.
The real joke is, the speaker has been the Elder all along, and the Elder is a mimic.
Whee!
Oh geez, everything looks so big! And then I zoom out. Oh, that's much better.
And I'm gonna bring.
The bench that was destroyed previously.
Yeah, he
That's-
disintegrated. He disintegrated it. It hasn't been replaced.
He's like, that will be you. Okay.
As you guys return, he kind of smiles that big, lipless smile. Ah, you have returned.
Okay, and Denoc will make a. Excuse me, I got something in my throat now that's trying to. Make a whiz save for. To prevent from disintegrating into a gibbering mess.
D-Doc and Beholders, I remember.
Yeah.
I
We
think-
did.
Excellent.
We have convinced a dragon, young though he may be,
Yes, he arrived the other day. The elder has been looking after him.
and I suppose that shall conclude our end of the deal.
Yeah. You desire your comrade and his brother returned to you, yes?
Indeed.
Of course. And it kind of goes quiet for a moment, just kind of. It's one massive eyelid, just kind of half closes for a moment. And Pardon and his brother emerge from the stairs in the southeast. And he kind of goes, the elder had a question. Boys, come over. And you watch as Carden and his brother make their way to the speaker's side.
Yeah.
Little
Heat.
Here they are.
Oh boy. How are they looking?
You want to elaborate on that question a little bit for me?
Well, one, are they in any way, shape, or form physically different? First off,
Physically different? No. I'm giving that to you because of Keen Mind.
yeah. And secondly, do they look like they're of sound mind, or do they look like they are a million miles away?
That would be an insight check.
Yuppers. $15, probably.
Well, I will put it this way. Arden is being extremely unusually quiet.
That is, I know that might be a problem. Katya would
That's not
recognize
like
that as
our
being a
Cardin.
problem.
Uh, um,
He's just watching from the back.
What were you gonna say, Belnar?
um, Valinar will look at Cardin and then ask, specifically in Corey, "Are you okay?" to Cardin.
There's a new language that Dee's never heard before in her life.
True.
It's been a long time since I've heard Corey.
Give me 1 second before you do anything.
Okay.
Trying to remember if Okay, they didn't give us anything for that. So I'm gonna make something up real fast.
Okay. Do eat.
Cardin responds in common that he's fine and has never felt better.
Oh.
Dee is feeling uncomfortable and from behind everybody tries to audibly say that, okay, everything's fine. I guess we can leave now. But remembers that nothing comes out.
In a mind link with Deanock, Valnar is gonna just kind of go, "But I'm not the only one weirded out by this, right?"
indeed. Out loud, Deanoch will say, "No, if you would please release them both."
Sorry, reading. You watch as a couple of the eye stalks kind of reach down and out and just gently pushes Cardin and his brother forward.
From the mind control as well. It is blatantly obvious to anyone who's known Cardin for more than 5 minutes that this is not how he acts normally.
Does he have something to help?
I'm still watching behind us periodically. Not that it's really going to help it if everything can turn invisible here. So,
He kind of just. I apologize. There were times where he would become annoying, I believe is the word you surface walkers use.
Now that's our Cardin.
And you see the magic kind of lift from them. Blind, you have full control over Cardin Vengeance again.
Okay.
Keep in mind, he's still the same level as he was when you guys dropped him off here. So, but if you have his character sheet, make sure that he is fully rested because he would be.
Okay. Yeah, he's fully rested.
Now then,
So now I have 2 paladin barbarians. Let's go.
if you would, would you like for somebody to show you the way out?
I mean, we found our way in here.
You watch the one eye, one of the eye stalks like turn and like twitch as if it wants to do something, but it restrains itself. The central eye focusing more on Deanoch.
Okay. Above game. How much trouble would we be in if Deanoch now orders Tim to attack the speaker?
a fuck ton. Remember, we're in their territory, and there are a ton more lithids outside. And if you don't think that they're all interconnected somehow, psychically, you're wrong. If we attack him here, there's no way in hell we're getting out of here short of a last-minute teleport.
But you guys also know that there's one way in, and it's that door behind you.
There's only one way in and one way out.
Technically,
Also-
There are 3 ways out.
Oh yeah, I suppose the stairs heading out back is technically a way out somewhere.
And wasn't the altar... Did the altar move at all when we were here
I think-
last? I don't remember.
I think that was a hallucination movement.
Because I thought there was like a stairwell going down here.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Probably just imagining.
This place does things to the mind, you know.
Eh.
You know, I wasn't intending a pun there.
Accidental puns are the best.
Yes, agreed.
What are you guys doing?
There's a part of me that wants to make a D. Oh!
Oh,
Surprise.
Was that you, Rip, or was that...
No, that was
Tim
his.
is-
That's his
I don't know.
spirit moving, being like, yes, no, Dad, yes, no.
should I hit him? Should I end him right now?
Because the thing there is... How much does Enoch know about the Beholder as a concept? I don't remember how much we learned about the speaker.
Not much, actually. We just know that he speaks on behalf of the Elder Brain, and we have actually been shown an image of the Elder Brain.
Katya has, I believe.
Katya met with them, but has no recollection of that time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do remember we all received an image from the Pearl of Wisdom. That's what it was. Or the
Gotcha,
Pearl of
okay.
Knowledge, sorry. Yeah. We know what the Elder Brain looks like that the
So-
speaker speaks for.
No, but you guys did learn quite a bit about the beholders from Xander.
Right. So
Um,
we know about the anti-magic field, right?
Yes, I would say that you would know that he's got like 10 different attack rays, an anti-magic cone, but you also know that he's not typically they're not typically like the most hardy of creatures. They're not typically like the most like they're not the hardest thing to hit in the world, and they're probably, you know, pretty soft for the most part.
Okay. Because the thing is, how would that anti-magic react to Tim? Because I'm guessing that's just going to be a nuke on Tim.
No, I am not gonna rule it that way because that's completely unfair. That quite literally just destroys your entire class.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like,
Can I do an inspection check?
yeah.
So we're going to say that the magic in Tim is settled and doesn't...
No.
Yeah.
Ouch! That's a bad roll.
Yeah, it is.
That is a bad roll.
Yeah. Tim is for the concept of the anti-magic ray is a actual creature. He cannot dispel a creature
Okay.
for the purposes of this.
No, he can't dispel him, but he can disintegrate him.
Yes.
What damage is disintegration? Is it necrotic?
I think it's force. Yep, force damage.
Well, that's all the what ifs. But Dinok kind of wants to make a deal of his own.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't quit while we're ahead, can you?
I really don't think so. Because on the one hand,
I love deal.
got a being of considerable power. Yes? Or at least the mouthpiece to a being of considerable power, yes?
Yeah.
The speaker?
I'm assuming that's what you mean.
Yeah.
The speaker. Yeah.
I know the best thing for us would be to rescue Pathos. Right?
Why?
This to the group.
Why? Why would that be the best thing for us?
Because we made a deal with dragons.
We made a deal
And
with
it-
dragons, but this is also a voluntary position, knowing he may or may not come back.
But if the dragons ever investigate and find out that we just left him,
We didn't leave him. He came here of his own accord before us and led himself into trouble. Technically speaking,
He
we
also
had nothing to do with it.
he also ignored all of us and our people, telling him not to do this.
Exactly.
yes,
So,
but if we don't at
technically
least
speaking,
make an effort to try to save him,
we made an effort. We came here, saw the completely unmatched outclass, and could find no physical trace of him. At this point, we may as well just assume he's pretty dead. It sure would suck for us to take on an entire army of Illithid pawns and Illithids and the speaker and potentially an Elder Brain to find out Paphos has been dead this whole time anyway.
yes, but
And also,
the thought of what an Illithid could do with a dragon.
in a few centuries, maybe. Besides, who says he's even mind controlled? I mean, you kind of have to have a good brain first. But I'm looking at this like yeah, he could do some damage with a dragon, but I think an Elder Brain could actually do more damage by itself, honestly.
Well,
And even if we rescue Paphos, who's to say he's not? I mean, obviously, if he's not responding, if he's alive and he's not responding to Valinar, he's already brainwashed. Which I'm not sure how you would break that without literally getting it done willingly by the Elder Brain or having to slay said Elder Brain.
I mean, some good old percussive maintenance might work. Just whack!
Smack him around a few times. If that were the case, then we could have just walked out of here with Cardin as is and fixed him later.
Well, I mean, we could do a hard reset on him and just blank his brain out.
I mean, if we already knew exactly where Paphos was, we could stage a covert rescue operation. But considering our foes have the capabilities of turning invisible, probably at will even, so we can't even see what kind of numbers they've got. They are psychically linked, very likely. So if one spots us, they all know where we're at. And the sheer numbers that they got here, I don't think we have the capacity to be able to even attempt it. I think it's a bad idea, personally. I say we get out while the getting's good. Paphos' sacrifice will be remembered. But he made the decision to do this on his own. He kind of got himself into trouble there.
Is that the group consensus?
That's my consensus. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah. That's just kind of where I'm going now. We've got one for full-on retreat. I'm split between making a deal to get reinforcements against Aaron and Palama.
So,
Or-
I'm sure you could guess Asta's and Cardin / Yet's answer.
Yeah.
We
Full on
won't
murder
fight.
hobo.
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't magical.
Good luck with the disintegration beams.
That's not the concern here.
Can Valnar kind of get a sense for how strong the beholder is on his own?
That is a inspection check.
9.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yep.
hard to tell. The creature's ugly looking.
As much as I don't want to leave a dragon behind
Yeah.
to that, I just don't.
It's something we can revisit later when we're tons more stronger. Like I said,
How much stronger are we going to get? That's the question.
like I said, it could take a couple centuries for. I mean, I actually don't know the lifespan of a dragon, how long it takes for them to get big enough to be actually very threatening. But he's a young dragon. It's gonna be a while before the elder can really use him.
He's not really that young. He just acts like a teenager. He's an adult, correct?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure he was a young.
I'm pretty sure he was young, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means we've got time. We go out, we get stronger, we can storm in here with our own reinforcements. As a matter of fact, I think we went back to whatever the leader of the dragons was, who really hated the Lithids, and said, yeah, Paphos went and got himself in trouble, but now the Elder Brain has a dragon under his control. I think we might get reinforcement to come in here and help us clear the way for a rescue operation.
I will.
Yeah,
I will say almost,
young red dragon. But even a young red dragon is, pretty powerful.
That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, let's put it this way. A young red dragon could realistically burn an entire village of commoners to the ground.
Oh, I see then the more pressing matter. We walk away from here and he goes on a rampage and wipes out Colophon.
That is one possibility I was worried about. The other is
I'll put it. Sorry, I'll put it into a little bit of a numbers perspective for you. A young red dragon, which is what Pathos is a CR 10 in D&D standards.
Oh, okay, that sounds pretty big.
I mean, considering the scale goes to 30, some could argue nah, but dragons are also all about luck because of their breath weapons.
Yeah. Another possibility, if we end up doing this, we could kick the hornet's nest by slaying the speaker, and then Valinar uses sending to alert Tharagwal, and we book it. We say, hey, we had to rescue Paphos, and shit's hit the fan, and the Lithids are coming for Colophon now. We'll just use them as a backup. There's a lot of ways we could do this, but I think it'd be better if we came back with a more solid plan.
I think Valinar would be more for leaving, solely because he still hasn't heard back from his sending message to Pathos, and he's at this point thinking that Pathos is probably dead.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say what my biggest fear is. Dragonized illithids.
Yeah.
Is it a thing?
Yeah,
I
the
definitely
Elder
agree.
Dragon is no bueno. That's what I'm
Yup.
worried about.
Yup. Yup.
And we need to
Yup.
stop the Elder Dragon before it can be a thing.
I
Also,
familiar
if
with
we
this.
think about it, we would Yet is looking at this like we would be enslaving a sentient creature. Because dragons are very sentient. To a beholder.
Yeah.
To an Ithalid coven. And
So that effectively puts us at a 50-50 split.
yeah, and he is said paladin of, protection. So
And you are from the Dragon Island.
yes.
So we have 2 to fight, 2 to run, and 1 that's like, I could go either way. So
How about this? How about this?
DM does a high low roll for us, and we go with it.
No. It is 20 till midnight. I say that we talk about this over the week, and we actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Not just say we'll talk about it and then leave it, like we've done before. And come to a decision next week.
Well,
Because right now, we are in a deadlock for this decision.
I could definitely say if we went forward with the attack option, it may instigate the destruction of Colophone pretty quick if we're unable to stop them here and now. Like, I could see things going pretty poorly and we end up teleporting out, and they'd be like, well, we're just going to flex our power now, then we're going to make sure they don't get a chance to come back.
Well,
Like,
just
we shouldn't go through with it unless we know for a fact we can do this.
just a quick note. There are one too many people. Well, technically 2 if you count Tim. Too many people for Valinar to teleport.
I have teleport available
Dinoc has
now,
teleport.
Okay.
which is up to 8.
Okay. Cool. I just
It's
remembered you
making
having
sure
circled
is-
that.
You and up
Okay.
to 8, so that's a total of 9. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
We're
7, counting Tim. Me is 8.
Yep.
Hold on, I need to check something.
Now, if you really want to be funny, well, I suppose it requires willing creatures. I don't think you can unwillingly teleport someone who doesn't want to
The
go with
the thing there is up to 8 willing creatures of your choice.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
We can't
teleport all
steal
of us.
him out.
Teleport all of us and the beholder and say, "Come on, bitch."
That's called banishment.
But is it the? Don't beholders come from this plane?
No.
Really?
You already know this. The Illithids are not from the material
Well, the Illithids,
plane.
no. The Illithids, no. But the
All
beholders,
illithids. Beholders are illithids.
are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were like constructs created by mad mages. I might have my history on that wrong.
Regardless,
It could also be conflicting retcon.
That could also be old game rules. I'll verify, just for my own sake.
regardless of what rules are, like other stuff says, this is my lore, is that they're not from the material plane. They are part of the Illithid colonies, and therefore they are they are not of the material plane.
So, again, break for the week. Discuss
Yeah.
this. Come back with a solid idea of us going forward.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'll
long-
put
as
that
long
in
as-
my notes.
As long as you guys are okay with that, that's fine by me.
Because, like I said, DNOC really doesn't want to let this happen, but at the same time, if he does let it happen, DNOC wants to make a deal to try and get reinforcements back up against Aaron and Palama.
Oh, so you want to try and make a deal first to deal with Aaron, and then figure out the Illithids later? I'm a little lost here.
I'm split on that.
Okay.
Rom is split between wanting to make the deal, because as we are right now, we got our asses kicked by Aaron. So, Rom is scared of our rematch's chances.
Yeah.
So, getting Illithids or any kind of backup they can give us doesn't actually sound like that. You know,
The real question is, what are you offering in return?
yeah, that's what I'm scared of them asking for.
Yeah, because all we're gonna really do is grant them access to another island. They'll be like, oh, well, look at all these fresh brains for us.
Yeah, that's kind
that
of why I'm
sounds like
like,
a bad idea.
yeah, that's why I am more for the attack them. Because the thing is, I'm worried about the dragon's reaction to us, you know, dipping. We recruited this teenager to fight a war with / for us. And if we go back on our deal with the dragons, basically, we in deep shit.
Yeah. Which is the bigger which could hurt us more, dragons or Illithids?
I want to say the dragons.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot more
I would fear
dragons.
dragons more than Niflids.
Yeah.
I don't know, death or mind enslavement.
See, I just know that we can kill Ithalids easier than we can kill dragons.
So yeah, break for the week. Finalize our decision. And figure out what we're going to do.
I was muted.
Okay.
Is that the group consensus?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah.
All right. Who's that
We
British
shall
girl in
have-
our chat?
We shall have a recess for the time being.
Yeah. Alrighty. That's where we will break for tonight then. Excuse me. And we will reconvene here next week. I believe. Yeah, we should be good. So, with that, everybody, you guys have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we will see you in the next one. Good night, all.
Night,
Night.
Night.
Night.